It's Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Breaking news. Tonight, Bitcoin ETFs have officially gone full beast mode, raking in over $41 billion in inflows, smashing every record since their launch in 2024. Wall Street's finest, including BlackRock and Millennium, are now neck-deep in digital gold, treating Bitcoin like it's the next S&P 500. Remember when they called it rat poison?
Bitcoin, right? We need to talk about Bitcoin in a minute. I can't wait to hear what Charlie Munger has to say about this. Let's bring in Charlie Munger, the vice chair of Berkshire Hathaway. Bill's going to move over so you can come sit in. Right. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
I just had to get your thought on Bitcoin, this digital currency that's out there that people say, oh, it might be the next big thing. What do you think?
I think it's rat poison. Put him down as undecided.
Do you understand what they're trying to do with it?
No, but I regard it as deeply flaky.
Deeply flaky.
Now they're bathing in it. The SEC may have dragged its heels for a decade, but since approving spot ETFs last year, it's been one-way traffic. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF even became the fastest-growing ETF in U.S. history, and now institutional capital is flooding in so fast, it's practically KYC'd adrenaline. This isn't about exposure, it's about survival. These suits aren't adopting Bitcoin, they're being absorbed by it. I'm Max Voltz, and this is CryptoWars, where ETFs are just the suit's way of surrendering without admitting it. And just when you thought sovereign adoption was a pipe dream, Ukraine steps in with a grenade, partnering with Binance to draft legislation for a national Bitcoin reserve. Yes, a country knee-deep in war, debt, and IMF strings is now eyeing BTC as strategic infrastructure. Yaroslav Zhelezniak is championing the bill, while Binance's Kirill Komyakov is all in. It's still in draft form, but if it passes, Ukraine might become the first war-torn democracy to officially say, Bitcoin fixes this. Take that, central banks. It's the ultimate asymmetric play, turn battlefield chaos into blockchain collateral. While Western nations debate crypto regulations in committee rooms, Ukraine's trying to put Bitcoin on its balance sheet before the ink dries on its next aid package. This isn't adoption, it's acceleration under pressure. Back on U.S. soil, the regulatory whiplash continues, this time in Nebraska, where the state legislature just voted 49-0 to slap Bitcoin miners with new restrictions. No outright bans here, just death by 1,000 bureaucratic cuts. LB 526 forces miners to pay for grid upgrades, report energy usage, and even lets the state cut off power during peak demand. And get this, Nebraska is still calling itself pro-crypto. Only Marathon Digital is mining in the state, but probably not for long. Because what's the point of digital freedom if it comes with a state-mandated shutoff switch? This isn't regulation, it's slow-motion suffocation. And the Cornhusker state just tightened the noose. It's the kind of move that won't kill mining overnight, but it will bleed it out quarter by quarter. And while miners relocate to friendlier grids, Nebraska gets to keep the headlines without the hash. Another state choosing control over innovation and calling it balance. Meanwhile, South Korea just did something rare, political consensus. All three top presidential candidates have pledged to legalize Bitcoin ETFs and open crypto investment to institutions. Currently, 100% of South Korea's volume is retail. But with ETF laws on the table, the country could follow Hong Kong into the regulated crypto jungle. Of course, they promised this in 2024 too, and delivered jack. So whether this is real reform or another empty campaign promise is anyone's guess. Still, when politicians start fighting for Bitcoin votes, you know the Overton window's been obliterated. From Seoul to DC, it's not about left or right anymore. It's about sovereign or serf. And if Korea follows through, it won't just spark institutional inflows. It'll set off a regulatory arms race across Asia. Because once one domino falls, the rest won't want to be left holding fiat. And finally, the most unthinkable headline of the week, JPMorgan Chase, yes, Jamie Dimon's anti-crypto fortress, is now settling transactions on a public blockchain. With help from Chainlink and Ondo Finance, they moved tokenized treasuries between accounts and settled on Ondo's public ledger. This isn't a test, it's production. On a public blockchain. For years, JPM built its own walled garden and swore off the wilds of open chains. But now, they're using Chainlink oracles like the rest of us. Don't buy the "this was always the plan" nonsense. This is them getting dragged, kicking and screaming into the future. Wall Street didn't embrace decentralization. Decentralization just made them obsolete. And the next time Jamie Dimon calls Bitcoin a fraud, someone should remind him his bank just paid gas fees. The revolution didn't need his permission, it just needed a use case. I'm Max Voltz, and this is CryptoWars, coming to you daily from deep inside FEMA Region 9. No masters, no sponsors, no mercy. This broadcast is powered by you, our listener-supported crew of digital dissidents. So detonate that subscribe button and keep the signal alive. Because in the age of engineered chaos, Bitcoin is clarity. And this is CryptoWars.